EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the keeper of the light sounds the fog bell to signal that it is indeed time for football inside Gillette Stadium. But tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys looking for a second straight victory after coming out on top a week ago. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Able to slither by. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Reek Woolen on the coverage there defensively. When you look at this Patriots defense, they find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, so that they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for Dolphins. First down. First and 10.
Again, it's Achane. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Taken down.
You see the numbers on the ground a week ago for Achane. 17 carries, 61 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
A gain of 9 yards. First down.
They'll go with Boone. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
On the carry, it's Boone. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Taken down.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
39-yard line.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you were playing this week or not, if you were the head coach.
They got the win.
You had the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
25-yard line.
Throwing here is May. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To the air, May. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. On 1st down, it's Henderson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16.
That's another Patriots 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Once again, it's Henderson. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw, May. And he swung out right here for Henderson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. May going to give it to Henderson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
At the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Where was that?
To throw, it's May. That's caught left side, the tight end Pitts. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
1st and goal at the 6-yard
For
line.
a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Trevion Henderson, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Pats post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 7 yards, the official distance. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll throw with May. Looking long for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Brian Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Nifty move. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll run with Boone here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, it's May. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, it's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Dolphins 1st down.
Ready, set. Ready, team, with it.
Now a handoff up the middle. Boom. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tua sets up to pass it. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. Now Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Pats offense and Brian Thomas getting set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45. The Patriots offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's May. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the throw, that was good.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's into the hands of Worthy. And down inside the 15 he goes. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
At the Dolphins' 14-yard.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Achane gets it from the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. There's that man, Travis Hunter. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
The 3rd down pass. Intercepted. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's a toss to Henderson, headed right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Tackle made by
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
No gain on the play.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. 4th down. Here's May. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Brian Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Patriots are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time went well for a solid gain.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
That's good for the Dolphins. First down.
Tua going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
That's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
The result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Straight ahead, Henderson shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 65 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
1st and 10.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Henderson running straight ahead. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They run once more with Henderson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
For the field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the Dolphins getting set to go here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. He'll dump this off to Achane. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Out of the gun is a give to Achane. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. From midfield. field. Here's Tua. He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
First down. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Dolphins.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
He was covered by Travis Hunter.
Back to throw again. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
A loss of 4 yards.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
First and goal, Miami.
Ready.
Achane is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
All right, let's go.
Second and goal at the Patriots' 2-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Intercepted. Picked off that weak Woolen. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They'll start on the ground with Henderson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
At the 20-yard line.
Again, it's Henderson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down.